So Samsung's been on a roll of late, that's for sure. They just launched 2 new devices, but when you think about it, it's still competing against another device in its portfolio currently, and that kind of brings in the concept of cannibalization. Hey guys, John V from PhoneArena here. You're watching our video comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge and the Galaxy Note 5. These are 2 very similar phones when you think about it, so let's talk about that first here. So you have the TouchWiz experience on both, which is nice because it both appeases novice and power users with its diversified set of features. But you do have the newer build of Android with the S7 Edge. You also have the same premium design language with both, that metal meets glass package. It just makes for a beautiful thing and definitely stands out amongst other phones. And then finally, they're both features filled, meaning they have the same set of arsenal that consists of heart rate sensors, fingerprint sensors, wireless charging, and rapid charging. So that's basically the extent of what makes these 2 handsets so similar to one another, but of course they are different. So let's talk about that. The S7 Edge just has the slicker aesthetics. It just looks better, feels better in the hand, even though it adopts from the Note 5 with its curved rear edges. But when combined the fact that it has a smaller footprint, it definitely feels better. You also have the addition of an IP68 rating with the Galaxy S7 Edge, meaning it's water and dust resistant. This is a key thing because very few phones have this, and it also has expandable storage with its micro SD card slot, something you're not going to find with the Note 5. Now the displays exude pretty much the same qualities, pretty top-notch in terms of what's out there. You have a 5.5-inch Quad HD Super AMOLED display in the S7 Edge, while the Note 5 has a larger 5.7-inch Super AMOLED Quad HD screen. Now the only difference here is that the S7 Edge has a slightly brighter output and also a slightly more favorable color temperature. It's very minimal, but it goes to show that there's a little bit more fine-tuning with the newer product. And with that, the S7 Edge stands out because of its unique dual curved edge screen. Definitely gives it a slicker aesthetics, but at the same time, it comes with a feature that you're not going to find with the Note 5. So you have the various Edge user experience features, which is nice because it gives you another level of interacting with the phone. And it's pretty useful because you have things like active on display. So the time and date is always visible there at the screen. You don't have to turn on the phone. And all the Edge UX features are more practical this time. They're just not there just for a novelty, but they actually help to exemplify the experience. And as for the Galaxy Note 5, you have the S Pen and the various functions it brings along with that. It's pretty useful, especially if you're a professional or just like to draw, because it really replicates the pen and paper experience just because it is pressure sensitive. Add to that, there are some features that accompany it. For example, you have all the hovering features that allow you to preview images in the gallery. You can use it as a hovering tool in the web browser. And of course, it's just nice being able to quickly jot down notes and stuff. Samsung has been on a pretty good roll of late. We saw this with its last few devices, but when you have so many devices at the same time, sometimes cannibalization starts to set in. The S7 Edge also offers superior call quality. It's a big improvement over the Note 5. The Note 5 just has a lot of subdued tones on the other end of the line and a little bit of crackle through the earpiece. That's eliminated with the S7 Edge just because you have great clarity on both ends of the line. Well, Samsung manages to put in a larger 3600 mAh battery into the S7 Edge, which is impressive given that it's more compact in size. It's actually the Note 5's 3000 mAh battery that delivers longer results. In fact, in our battery benchmark test, it puts up a good 2 hours more than its rival. And when it comes to day-to-day use, we just find that there's more gas left in the tank with the Note 5's battery. Luckily, they both have wireless and rapid charging at their disposals, but the S7 Edge is just a little bit more efficient with its charging. Now, the only other major thing to think about is pricing. If you want to save more money, go with the Note 5 because it's been out a little bit longer, and with that, it sees a lower cost of $500 outright for the 32GB model. Whereas with the S7 Edge, you're looking at $800 to pick it up. But then again, it's kind of justified just because we see a lot of improvements in many areas like call quality, the gaming performance, as well as the low light improvements with the camera. And when you add in the fact that it has an IP68 rating for water resistance and even the micro SD card slot, there is some value justified in that $300 difference in cost.